Hey everyone, it's July 9th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share with serial killer Thomas Lee Dillon, who murdered at least 5 victims between 1989 and 1992, and that is him right up there. Dillon was born in Ohio in 1950, with his father dying of lymphoma when he was just 15 months old, leaving him to be raised by an emotionally distant mother that never hugged or kissed him or even said the words, "I love you." As early as high school, he was known to brandish a firearm when he felt threatened, going so far as to take shots at students from a rival school. He avoided any legal trouble for that, however, and spent many hours in the wilderness shooting at animals and starting fires, despite being considered a lousy hunter. Fellow hunters who knew him said that he seemed to get a thrill out of the act of killing, and he often boasted to coworkers about having a death count of over 1,000 pets and wild animals. Dillon also had a fascination with serial killers, often discussing them with friends, but never made any short videos about them for the internet. He grew up to become a draftsman for a municipal water department and a family man, living what appeared on the surface to be a typically quiet life in a Midwestern town. But he was still a gun fanatic, and at some point hunting animals wasn't enough for him, and beginning in 1989 he moved on to bigger targets. Now 39, he went off in rural Ohio and ran into a man jogging through the woods. The jogger said hello, and Dillon's reply was to raise a gun and shoot him. He later claimed to have heard a voice in his head say, "Open fire on him." Shortly thereafter, he killed another man while ostensibly on a hunting trip, and the next year he killed again, shooting a man in the back after he ran into him hunting solo. Then in 1992, he shot and killed a father of 4 after driving by the man and seeing him wave. Dillon stopped his car, got out, shot him in the back, then drove away. His weapon of choice was a high-powered rifle, and to compensate for being a lousy marksman, Dillon got up close to all his victims. He would clean up the crime scene to remove shell casings and any other evidence he could find, making it difficult to link the crimes to the same gun. Later that year, he wrote a letter to the press, declaring that he was a serial killer that was taking the lives of men he found in the woods to satisfy a compulsion to kill, and that he had no remorse for his actions. The letter itself didn't lead to any new avenues of investigation, but it did bring more publicity to the crimes. At this point, a former friend of Dillon's realized that he matched the profile the FBI publicized for the murderer and tipped them off. The police shadowed him throughout the fall until they were finally able to arrest him on a federal weapons charge. They went public with their belief that he was a serial killer, and evidence poured in, including a call from an arms dealer who had recently bought a rifle from Dillon. It turned out to be a match for the bullets recovered from the dead bodies, and he was charged with murder. In exchange for a guilty plea, the death penalty was dropped, and he confessed to 5 murders, though it's suspected he killed as many as 11 men. He said in his confession, "I have major problems. I'm crazy. I want to kill. I want to kill." Dillon died in an Ohio prison in 2011 at the age of 61. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. And if you know somebody whose birthday it is, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Thomas Lee Dillon, I say, happy birthday, you bastard. P.S. It's my birthday too.